evening. I'm Pastor Greg Mostella, MarriageMakes3.com. We're here with you every Tuesday through Thursday between the hours of 9:30 and 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Our IG audience, you are already with us. Thank you for being in here. Thank you for being here with us this evening. I'm unable to see your comments right now, but you all go ahead, and we want to make sure that we're able to see your comments. And thank you for being in here with us. Come on in and invite somebody. We're looking for a great time this evening. I'm Pastor Greg Mostella. Thank you for being in here. Thank you for being here. Share, 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 share. And let's move with this. Very excited about being with you this evening. We're talking this evening about trophy husbands wanted trophy husbands. And I hear you asking already. Okay, Dr. Keith Jowers is joining us. Thank you, Dr. Keith, for being here with us. I want to apologize to our IG audience. For some reason, I lost my connection. We'll figure that out later, but thank you all for being in here with us. I appreciate you so much. Dr. Keith, what's new? What's new? Can you not see me? Thank you for saying something. Let me see. Can you see me now? Let me know. Let me know. Am I here? Are you able to see me? We can't see you. Okay, let me see. What's going on? What's going on? I must have messed something up because my wife had this set up properly. Hey, how are you doing? How's everybody? Still can't see me? Okay, I'm working on it. Give me a moment. Give me just a moment. It says that I've got an error on the screen. Y'all keep talking to me. Anything now? Okay, let's try it one more time. Anything? I guess I have to be smarter than the screen. Okay, it says I have an error presenting screen. Narrowing it down. Anything yet? There's a camera button. We just saw your camera icon, but okay, I got that. Okay. How now? Anything now? Y'all let me know. See me yet? I'm still learning it as well. Do you see me now? Let me know. I should be, wow, should be live, but I'm not sure what's going on. All right, well, let me, okay, there I am. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. It's good to see that. Thank you so very much. I apologize if you're just coming in and I'm missing it. I hit the wrong button earlier, and so I'm still learning this platform. Can you hear me okay? Thank you, Dr. Keith. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Pastor Greg Mostella of MarriageMakes3.com. I'm solo tonight. As you know, If my wife was doing this, I would have been in place and I would have been talking to you already, because I talked to you for about 10 minutes and thought I had everybody here and just wasn't seeing comments. But thank you all for being here. Look, I'm going to go ahead. Tonight we're talking Trophy Husbands Wanted. You can find a copy of our new book, one of our new books, at bit.ly Trophy Man, bit.ly/Trophy Man, bit.ly/Trophy Man. All right, and so what we're doing is dropping a little bit of content from it. Thank you all for being here with us. Let us know if you're in, come on in, share the broadcast, share. Thank you for doing that. Love you all so very much. Thanks for being in here. One of the premises of this book is that trophy husbands are men who value what their wives bring to the table. A trophy husband is not someone who has gotten a trophy for 10 years, 5 years, 3 years of faithful service and has retired to the lounge, has retired to the man cave and gets to watch the games and do all the things they want to do. But a trophy husband continues to put in the work, continues to date, to entice, to engage with his spouse, to do all of the things necessary to ensure a happy relationship. Involved with the children, involved in every aspect of home life. And when a man does that, he reaches a place in his spouse's and his wife's eyes where he is invaluable to her, where she appreciates him. It's a mutual thing, is that they love each other and appreciate each other and value each other as partners. So that's the idea. And so if you are not valuing what your mate brings to the table, then you're going to miss out on developing this kind of relationship. She's not going to see you as a trophy husband or as an ideal husband if you're not valuing her as an equal. Now, yeah, our roles may differ, but one role is just as important as the other. A lot of times language will give you away. When I come home from work, then my wife is whatever the case may be, okay? And when we say it like that, it indicates that what she's been doing is not working, right? Now, granted, 30 years ago, that may have been the case, right? That may have been the case. Less women, actually for 30 years, women have been, probably the last 30 years, women have been working outside of the home more so than remaining at home, right? But more than working at home. But what happens very often is that women who work outside the home are also expected to come home and do the lion's share or the majority of the home type work. Okay, so when we talk about trophy husbands, we're talking about a person who is as engaged at home as he is in the workplace, comes home to take on the responsibility of working the family, of working around the house, of working to build a family. You build an income at work, but at home, you're building a family. And I would offer that building a family is even more important or just as important as what you're doing out there, right? So thank you for joining us, and thank you for allowing me to just give you a little bit of a background. So one of the premises behind my book is that there are differences. There are some significant differences between men and women. And thank God for the differences. Y'all don't know. Thank God for the differences. He made us different. And even though there are differences, there's a complementary difference. We were made to complement each other. And when that's done right, my God, both of you will be considered trophies. A dear friend of ours, Pastor Scott, who is on Facebook, I know and I believe he's on some other social media. Pastor Scott began posting about a year, maybe it was 2 years ago, about the difficulties he faces being a trophy husband. And if you know Pastor Scott, then he jokes, he says it jokingly. He isn't a big-headed person. He doesn't look at himself in the light of having accomplished everything there is to accomplish. So he's not saying that he's a man who's catered to, who doesn't have to do anything, who doesn't have to put in the work. But if you know Pastor Scott, then you know that he's the kind of man who is working. He puts in the work. He cleans his house. He cleans their home. He paints. He does yard work. I know him well enough to know he does it. He cooks. He cleans. He does all of these things, and he holds a 9 to 5. Okay. Now he does all of this, and he says, "I get to be a trophy husband." He does all of this not because he has to. He's not whipped, and I'm not whipped. Okay. He does this because he honors his wife. He wants her to be happy. And in turn, she contributes to his happiness. So it's a mutual thing. When we're contributing to each other's happiness, I know Dr. Keith and Queen Glenda, they are another trophy couple. And so they're both trophy people. And in your relationship, you don't want it to be one-sided. You both want to be quality. You both want to be trophy folks. You both want to bring to the table, right? So the idea here is that men and women are different. And not women speak more than men. Okay? Women speak 20,000 words a day. Yeah. And I did say 20,000. An average of 20,000 words a day. Of course, and there are exceptions. There are some women who may not talk as much. There are some men who talk a lot more or speak a lot more than 7,000 words per day. Okay. So 7,000 words a day. That's about a third of what a woman, almost a third of what women speak. Right? Isn't that interesting? Thank you, Dr. Keith, for the high award. I appreciate it, sir. Love you, man of God. So there's a significant difference between the amount of words they speak. And not only do women speak more than men, but very often it seems that men and women speak a different language altogether. What do we mean by that? Let's take the word fine, F-I-N-E. Who knows how to interpret the word fine? Okay. Now, I can tell you, I give you a hint that it's different when women say fine and when men say fine. And depending on how a woman uses fine, the meaning may be different. Who knows how to interpret that? Now, if you're a man and your mind went blank for just a moment when you heard the question or when you heard the word fine, if your mind went blank just for a moment, welcome to the club. It simply means that you're a man and you've dealt with your wife saying fine, right? So how you interpret the word fine when a woman uses it depends on some variables. Did she say it while looking at you or while walking away from you? Let's just kind of walk this out a little bit. Was her fine, when she said fine, was it accompanied by a head flip or a raised hand? Fine. Was it the last word she said, or did she say something afterwards? See, what happens sometimes. Thank you, Dr. Keith, for the reminder. We want you all, if you're here, if you're on the other platforms, particularly especially if you were on Periscope with us, we want you to join us on Haps. Join us on Haps. Inboxes, let us know, and we'll send you the link. We'll be glad to invite you in. We'll be glad to invite you. Be glad to have you. We got the makings of a good platform, and would be delighted to have you with us. Okay. So those variables, how do you interpret fine? Again, was it some women, what will happen is that some women know the effect that it has, that the word fine has on us. And I can tell you a lot of us, a lot of guys, when we hear the word fine, we just kind of go blank for a minute, right? And some of us don't go blank, but for the rest of the day, we're kind of revisiting. What did she mean by that? We're kind of in a little, our own little days. Oh man, I know there's something else behind that fine. How am I going to do it? We can really get worked up about it. And so sometimes women will know this, and rather than when they say fine, they will quickly say okay behind it, or they will say something else to kind of diffuse the situation to keep us from tripping out, right? So they'll clarify it with an okay so that we don't get worked up. How many times, seriously, how many times have you all walked around the whole day wondering, what does she mean by that? Has it ever happened to you? Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. You find yourself testing the water. Well, let me text her. I ask her, honey, what'd you have for lunch? You'll text her and ask, do you need me to bring you something? I've got a few minutes. I can run something over for you if you want. Or your day, how's your day going? Is everything all right? You may do that several times in the day just because you're stuck. You've been keyed, right? You've been triggered by the word fine. Okay. Was her fine accompanied by an exasperating, was there a heavy sigh accompanying her fine, her use of the word fine? Was there a growl? Was there a snarl? What was her facial expression like? So these are things that we can attribute to the differences in the way women and men communicate. Guys, we're usually straight line. We want to get in the conversation, out of the conversation. We don't want any frills, don't want any flowers, just no perfume. Just go ahead and tell me the way it is. Tell me what I need to know, and don't stop by any scenic roadside sites. Just tell me and let me be done with it. I'll figure it out. Guys are fixers. You tell us something, and most of the time, what we want to do is to proceed to tell you how to fix whatever it was. Okay? Or we'll run off and start working on it before you tell us that it's already done. You see, you're taking your time. Women are taking their time and telling us what broke, and we heard broke and took off. We're halfway down to check it out. And she didn't finish telling you that she had already fixed whatever it was, because we're fixers. We're hardwired that way. Okay? What does that mean to me, to my trophy husband status? If I want to be a trophy husband, what exactly does that mean for me? That means that I need to learn her language. I need to learn her language. It's critical to be a great husband. You have to understand the language And it's not that women are these little foreign green people that speak a different language. They're not from Mars, and we're not from Venus and Mars, but we are different, wonderfully different. But since she was taken, woman was taken from man. If you got a problem with women, then it may be that you have a problem with who you were meant to be, right? So let me go ahead and just tell you a little bit about what it means to be a trophy husband. Being a trophy husband means that I'm attentive to my spouse. I'm attentive to her. There are 26 ways that you can become a trophy husband. Well, why is there 26 ways? Because there are 26 alphabets. I don't know how many are in that little box of cereal, but there are 26 alphabets, right? And we use each letter of the alphabet to give you a way that you can develop, you can work on becoming the husband that she needs. Being attentive to her. Sometimes we think that we're being attentive, but because we're made so different, again, we're already thinking of how do I fix what she just told me? And guys, what you need to know is that some things we can't fix. There's some things that happened in her past. There's some things that happened to her as a child that we can't fix. We just have to commit to being there with her every day. Honey, I'm sorry that this happened to you. And if God be my witness and God be my help, I'm going to make sure that that never happens to you again. Okay? I want you to know that whoever may have abandoned you, but I'm going to be with you come thick or thin, come hell or high water. I'm going to be here with you. It's reassuring her of your loving and of your commitment and of your faithfulness. It's the follow through in everyday life is what elevates you to trophy status. I wish I could tell you, so much more about the book, but I want you to get it. I think in writing this book, Pastor Scott was a great inspiration. His comments about being a trophy husband, right? Thank you, Shirley, for subscribing. We want you to subscribe. Thank you, Dr. Keith, for helping me out with that. So go ahead and subscribe while you're on here tonight. This is really a great app, a great platform. It's going to give us an opportunity to invite others into the studio with us. And it has a great beginning. I'm really loving the bones. Thank you, the bones of the system. Thank you again, Dr. Keith. And the glitch in the beginning was totally my fault. I apologize. I'm not as familiar with it yet, but I'm going to get there. All right, if you're just joining us, I'm Pastor Greg Mostella, MarriageMakes3.com. I'm usually here with my beautiful wife, Pastor Michelle. She is on another mission tonight. She's working at our church, and we appreciate my love in her absence. We're talking a little bit about my new book. It's called 26 Ways to Become a Trophy Husband. You can find it at bit.ly/trophyman, bit.ly/trophyman. You can get that as an ebook. And you can also, Sister Shirley, thank you for the high five award. We appreciate you. Love you for that. All right. So go and get your copy of this. I really believe it's going to bless you. The paperback copy is a few dollars more than the ebook. Both are going to help you. And if you don't have a lot of time where you can read it, and you want to read it on your device, pick up the ebook. And but you'll want to do yourself a favor and get you a copy of the paperback as well. Get it for somebody else. You're going to find it's going to really help them. And I want you to know that this is the book I wish I had had. And I'm not saying this flippantly or just to sell a book, because my character means more to me than selling a book or money. But this is the book I wish someone had written for me when I was a young man. When I was dating, if I had read this book at 17, between 17 and 20, I would have been ready to get married, right? And we make a lot of mistakes because we don't have information. And so this is going to be one of the best things you can put in the hands of a young person, a young man in particular, at age 16, 17, 18. If you put it in their hands and they take it with them through life and they refer to it 3 or 4 times, they're going to pick up some information that is going to help them to be the young man that they want. A lot of our young people today do not have both a mom and dad at home. Okay. Some of this is our grandchildren. Some of this is our, great grands, nieces and nephews. But I believe that it's going to be a great help to a lot of people. So again, I wish I had had it, and I wrote it with things that I wish I had known. At again, 16 would have not been too early for me to begin reading this. All right. So I want to urge you to get it. Thank you for listening to me talk about this. Becoming a Trophy Husband. Trophy Husbands Wanted. bit.ly/Trophy Man. There are many other things I want to tell you about this. So there are communication differences between men and women. There are things that you're going to be able to do for her that is going to really encourage her, that is really going to is going to give you more clout, right? When it comes to her, she's going to think of you more highly. You're going to look taller. Your shoulders are going to look broader. You're going to look rich to her, right? When you are a trophy man and you honor her as a trophy wife, right? Because some of us, we would never be trophy husbands if we did not have a trophy wife. Some of us would have we wouldn't have trophy status today if we didn't have someone who was giving us as good as we're getting. Okay, it's a two-way street. So what I'm going to say to the women, and we know that women are the ones who typically, if we're going to read it, it's because you bought it for us. I'll be honest about that. Most of the times, if you're going to, if we read it, it's because you bought it for us. Thank you for buying. Dr. Keith says no participation trophies issued here. Thank you, Dr. Keith. We can learn together. It's live TV, and it's talking about HAPS, the broadcast studio. Is going to grow. It is growing, and it's a blessing for us being on it. So Shirley says, I was looking for you under your name and Pastor Michelle. I have now been on HAPS 121 days. Oh, you've been here longer than we have. We're glad that you are here. And we're glad for Dr. Keith making this suggestion. Thank you, sir. Thank you so very kindly. All right, so let me conclude this talk. Trophy Husbands Wanted. I'm going to come back and talk to you about this more, because there's a great deal of content in this book, a great deal of it's not hard to read. There's a lot of humor, if I say so myself. So there's some humorous places. We talk about in the letter J, we talk about becoming a joker, right? You being able to tell jokes. And one of the key points in that chapter is that she should never be the butt of your joke, and that you should never joke about her butt. Remember, this works two ways. If you don't want her to talk about where your chest has fallen, right, or where your belly has fallen, then you don't want to talk about things with her, right? So she should never be the butt of your joke, and you should never joke about her butt, right? All right. That was just one of the little, well, I guess it's my kind of humor. Thank you, Dr. Keith said so true. All right, look, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you all coming in here, joining me. Forgive me for the fumbling around. When you come back in, and I'm going to plan on coming back sometime this weekend and talking to you a little bit more about this book. And Pastor Michelle and I should be back with our full broadcast routine on next week. We love you all and appreciate you so very much. Thank you, Dr. Keith and Shirley. Thank you. Love you so very much. I know there are others who are probably commenting and I wasn't getting them, and I apologize to you. Don't forget that we are on, you can find our broadcast on YouTube, on Twitter, IG, Facebook Live, as well as here in the HAPS broadcast studio. Won't you join us on these platforms? Follow us. There's some great stuff coming. Another book that we have, thank you, Shirley, love you, give our love to Al. Another book that we have is called Overcoming Infidelity. You can check that out at bit.ly/overfidelity. Go to bit.ly/MM3 links and look for that book, and you'll see that. Don't forget to follow Dr. Keith at Dads for Life. Dads for Life. Dr. Keith is a great inspiration, great help to my wife and I. Wonderful friend. He and the Queen, we love them and appreciate them. We have our books because they urged and encouraged us in writing. The Queen edited my first book, not only edited, but got me into the publishing arena. We love you guys so very much. They have several great books out. He has several great books out, and want you to follow them if you're not already doing so. All right, gotta get out of here. Love you. Again, Pastor Greg Mostella, MarriageMakes3.com. I'm one half of team #GD and me, Pastor Michelle, being the better half or the sweeter half. I love her and miss that she is not here with you. We love you guys and want you to have an awesome evening. And again, I will see you again sometime this weekend. If you're local, oh, thank you so very much. So Shirley gave us a Stay Safe award. Love you guys. I have an awesome evening. So this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, Saturday at 3 p.m., Sunday at 11 a.m., our pastor and apostle, Bobby Hogan, is going to be with us all the way from Fort Smith, Arkansas, going to be preaching and prophesying. Always has a dynamic word. Apostle Hogan is a staple on the Word Network and also Impact TV. And he is really somebody awesome, somebody special, a world changer. And I can't wait to have him back in Starkville again. So make sure you join us for those two very important services. I want to urge those who are local, if you are stuck in any area of your in any area of your life, whether it's your relationship, your marriage, your family, your children, your finances, your health, maybe your mental state, or even in your relationships with other people. If you're stuck on being unforgiving, and not being able to receive forgiveness, you really need to be part of this services. We've been stuck in with Corona, every one of us, and we need to get loose. Come and be part of these very important services. Love you all. Have a great evening, and we will see you soon. Come back here and join us tomorrow. Bye now.